So, I have a list of 10 simple things that are likely ruining your erections, and you can work on them today in order to achieve better, stronger, and more consistent erections. So, let's get into it. Number one is overeating unhealthy processed foods. Look, no matter what anybody tells you, your diet impacts everything in your entire life, including the ability to achieve strong erections. You may be wondering why. Um, that is an organ. Just like any other organ, such as your heart or your brain, it requires sufficient, healthy blood flow in order to function properly. Most everybody is familiar with the fact that if you are eating a diet that is high in unhealthy foods, you are at a higher risk for things such as heart attacks and strokes. Why? Because those vessels that lead to your heart, your brain, your kidneys begin to clog up, and unfortunately, there is a decrease in blood flow, which in turn causes that organ to dysfunction. That's called a heart attack. Or if it's your brain, it's called a stroke. In that area, it's called erectile dysfunction. So, one thing is to stop eating unhealthy processed foods, fried chicken, fast foods, um, processed foods such as pastas, rice, those types of things are ruining your ability to achieve erections. If you cut them out today, it can definitely have a positive impact. Number two, drinking alcohol. Um, Unfortunately, some people are not aware that drinking alcohol inhibits a man's ability to achieve strong erections. Alcohol is a sedative. It is known to decrease the ability to have a strong erection. So, if you are someone who is struggling with the ability to achieve strong erections, cutting out alcohol, in particular, cutting out alcohol before intimacy, is extremely important and will definitely have a positive impact overall. Number three, smoking cigarettes. It's important. As you know, nicotine and all the chemicals that are involved in that um, cause adverse effects, including decreased function and blood flow. When you're smoking, inhaling those chemicals, it's increasing the blood flow where to your lungs and to other areas. It's drawing the blood from the other areas of the body and causing them to kind of dilate in these areas in the lungs, in the respiratory system. Over time, as you're aware, it can cause clogging of the arteries, which leads to erectile dysfunction. So if you're a smoker, stop smoking. Just stop. Uh, the next one that I have that I want to call out specifically is smoking marijuana. Uh, in particular, I'm seeing this come up more and more because we have a younger population of men who are suffering from erectile dysfunction. Historically, erectile dysfunction was something that really only affected uh, older men, but generally speaking, there's a lot of research showing that testosterone levels are lower in men. There's a lot of reasons for that, probably related to diet, exercise, and a number of other things. But another one is smoking marijuana. Smoking marijuana, if you're a younger guy who is suffering from erectile dysfunction, I want you to know that it's real. That as a result of smoking marijuana on a consistent basis, on a longer term basis, or even prior to intimacy, you are more likely to struggle with the ability to achieve and maintain strong erections. So just cut it out if that is something that you are struggling with. The next one that I have is using illicit drugs. No matter what you're using, drugs have a negative impact on your ability to achieve erections. As it relates to marijuana, and I called that one out specifically because a lot of it's becoming more socially acceptable, right? So it's important that we all know and we are aware of the impacts that these drugs are having on our bodies, right? When we're overusing them, misusing them, abusing them, when we're putting chemicals in our body, honestly, we're not 100% sure what that chemical is, whether it's marijuana or other drugs. Those things adversely impact your ability to achieve erections. The next one that I have is gaining excessive weight. especially unhealthy weight. So if you're gaining a lot of weight, especially in the abdominal region, this is going to adversely impact your ability to achieve strong erections. All of that abdominal fat, that visceral fat, is going to pull away from the vascular structure down there and unfortunately cause you to have decreased ability to achieve strong erections. So try and make sure, as much as is possible, try to maintain a regimen where you're not gaining a lot of abdominal fat, or try to intervene. So if you're noticing that you're developing a dad bod, your tummy is beginning to grow and expand, intervene now while you can, while you have a chance, while you have time to change your habits, because I believe that it's important to have healthy habits for the long term. And so you don't want to wait until things are really, really out of control and now it's going to be more difficult to reverse. Now, there's always hope, right? There's always hope to lose weight, to change your diet. I would say that it's never too late, but the sooner that you can make the change, the better, and the less adverse at impacts those things are going to have over the long term, because you would have developed healthy habits. You would have developed healthy eating strategies. You would have developed a healthy exercise routine. Next, being sedentary. So being sedentary in general, which means that you're not getting exercise, is ruining your ability to have erections. Truthfully, exercise is beneficial for a number of things. Definitely is beneficial for your ability to obtain and achieve a stronger erection for a number of reasons. Not only being physically fit can be beneficial, but the truth is there's other benefits from exercise and movement, including building your confidence, helping to motivate you to do other things. It helps you to feel better in your own body, and thus will help you to have more confidence when it is time to maintain an erection. You will have a better mindset, a better attitude, and just in general feel better about yourself, and therefore will help to achieve and maintain stronger erections. Next that I have is eating sugar. There are so many adverse effects to sugar. It's one, in my opinion, one of the most deadliest adverse drugs that are available, because it's so available in so many things. And honestly, you have to be so diligent to avoid getting excess sugar, because it's easy to get too much sugar into your diet. So that's one thing you could definitely do today to make a change, is start eliminating sugar. Start reading labels. Stop drinking soda. Stop eating cakes and cookies and donuts, and all those things have adverse impacts on your ability to achieve erections. Another thing that is likely prohibiting your ability to achieve erections is skipping your routine checkups with your doctor. If you're not going in for routine checkups, unfortunately, there is a high likelihood that your routine screenings are not being done. Things such as checking your blood pressure, checking your blood sugar, just ensuring that those things are normal and keeping an eye on them earlier on in the process can be hindering your ability to achieve erections. Because the truth is, if your cholesterol and your blood pressure and all those things are starting to go up, those can be signs pointing you down the road that if you don't make changes quickly, you could soon be suffering from erectile dysfunction. So don't skip your regular checkups. Go in for a physical, at least once a year, every couple years, depending on how old you are. It's important. It's important as it relates to your overall health, including your ability to have a healthy erection. The other thing that I have is ignoring the signs and ignoring your mental health. If you are starting to have signs of erectile dysfunction, and don't get me wrong, it is normal for most men to suffer from occasional issues with achieving and maintaining an erection. It's more problematic if it's something that's happening long term. So if you are dealing with things such as stress, depression, anxiety, do not ignore these things. It is important for you to take care of your mental health, your emotional health, that you address it rather than ignore it. And in today's society, Thankfully, there's less stigma around addressing these things, but it's very important for you. You have to feel confident. You have to feel motivated in order to desire, even to have a libido. Your testosterone levels have to be giving you some level of motivation. And if you are suffering from mental health instability, then it's going to be ruining your ability to have erections. Final thought here. I want to also say that one thing that can be ruining your ability to achieve erections, pornography. Pornography. Why? And I'm not saying that, whether you're a religious person or a conservative or not a conservative person when it comes to this, the truth is there's a certain level of energy and motivation that is obtained that if you are not participating in pornography, that motivates you to do the necessary things to make yourself a viable partner and available to be able to be with someone on a regular basis. If you are not using that energy to help facilitate maintaining, managing, and working towards having a relationship, there's not going to be any motivation. That energy is being dissipated on a regular basis if you're participating in pornography and masturbation. So if you're participating in those things on a regular basis and you're noticing that you're having issues with your erections, that could definitely be part of the problem. So definitely consider that. That's all I have. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you're doing or what is working for you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.